Right, guys. So just started the recording. So in this session, which is our third session, is it? So in our third session, we're just gonna talk about two topics, which is going to be third session. We're gonna talk about two topics. Just the first one, it's going to be about the direction, and then just the second one, we're gonna talk about the common mistake. Okay. So this session not gonna take that long. Okay. Like during our second session, right? Because in this session I'm just going to explain about the direction and the common mistake, right? So talking about the direction, before we start the topic, so you guys need to understand what does it means by the direction. So direction means the big picture of the market, which is you see the market, okay? The way you look at the market, you see it in a big picture, which is talking a big picture, it seems like time frames. So we use big time frame to look at the charts, right? So the time frame that requires in this topic is going to be 3 time frames. Okay. No, actually we have 2 types of direction, which is the first one we have weekly direction, and then we have daily direction, which is weekly direction is the biggest one and the daily direction is the smallest one. So we are not going to use monthly at all in this method. All right. So let's talk about the weekly direction first. Okay, let's talk about the weekly direction first. Weekly direction first. Right. Right. So weekly direction. Weekly direction. All right. So the most important part in every topic that we're gonna discuss is going to be the time frame itself, right? The time frame itself. The time frame that gonna play their rules, okay? Their role in this topic, it's going to be in this direction, which is the weekly direction, is going to be weekly and daily, all right? Which is for weekly, we're gonna use it for our direction and exit, which is we're gonna mark the zones. All right. And then how about the daily? For the daily, we're going to focus on the confirmation direction. Right. So for this topic, I'm not going to write down all the SOP or something like that, because I'm just going to explain like this, which is okay, for an example, you have the sell zone of weekly, and then you'll have a buy zone of weekly. Okay. The buy zone and the sell zone of weekly, right? Buy zone and the sell zone of weekly. So EG sell on weekly. So whatever that the price going to do, no matter what the price will do or going to do, we need to wait for the price to get back into our zones, which is the zone that we've marked, which is our engulfing sell on weekly. When the price get into the weekly sell zone, there we will start to look for the confirmation direction, which is in daily time frame, right? In daily time frame. So when the price get into the weekly zone, we're going to talk about the confirmation direction. So for now, okay, in this topic, which is in this confirmation direction, we need to understand like we have 2 things that we need to focus on. The first one is reaction, okay? And the second one is reversal, okay? I bet you guys already know about this one, which is reaction, of course, EG, and then reversal, of course, EF, all right? So when the price get into the zone, and then we need to wait for the price to create an engulfing sell, okay? We need to wait for the price to create an engulfing sell. For an example, daily create an engulfing sell, something like this, okay? After the daily created an engulfing sell, like I say, the chart is actually talking to us, okay? So what the chart said to us, okay, after the candle closed as an engulfing sell, okay, it shows us that the price is going to, oh my God. No one knows, All right. When the price create an engulfing at the current market price, it shows us that the price is going to respect the zone. The price is going to respect the zone. So right now, talking about the respecting the zones right now, okay, it is different. Okay, it is different with M30 respecting the H4 zones. Yeah, because M30 respecting the H4 zones, yeah, maybe the price gonna go for about 20 pips, 30 pips, something like that. But right now we are talking about the weekly and the daily time frame, which is it's a big time frame. So when it's a big time frame, okay, when it is a big time frame, so we all know, like, okay, when the price is respecting the zone, which is when the price is reacting for the sell zone with the daily sell confirmation direction, so we know like the price is going to respect the zone, but the price not gonna go down for about like 10 pips or 20 pips, but the price gonna go down at least 100 pips, at least 100 pips. So okay, the only work that you need to do with the direction of weekly is just like when the price get into the zone after the price created an engulfing sell at the current market price. So we all know that, okay, maybe, okay, gold is going to sell. So after that, what do we need to do? Focus on the sell zone, which is look for an engulfing sell, an engulfing setup on H4. Look for an engulfing sell on H4, which is our sell zone. So which zone that the price is going to respect depends on the current market price. If inside of this one, the price created didn't create any trade controls or any confirmation inside of the first entry zone, so the price going to keep on going up to the next zone. So for an example, the price respect this H4 sell, and then the price is going to go down. Like I say, minimum 100 pips. Okay, minimum 100 pips, right? So did you guys understand about this right now? Right. So which is, but before that, I want to ask, okay, who is MZ00? Who is MZ00? All right, good. Okay, good, good. I just want to make sure that there's no outsiders right now, right? So, okay, let me show you guys. Okay, let me show you guys how it works. Okay, let me show you guys how it works. Wait. So for an example, okay, let me send the notes to you guys first, so then you guys can download the notes. All right. So let me show you guys in the chart. Okay, let's go to maybe. Sheesh, this sell. So I'm going down. Wait, I'm about to close my cell first. Wait. What time is it? 23. How come you closing your cell? Yeah, because it's in profit. Hey guys, give me a second. Give me a moment. All right, all good. So look over here. Okay. So for an example, you have this engulfing cell on weekly, like I said, this engulfing cell. How many pips did you catch? I sold somewhere on here. Just now, somewhere on here. So 150 pips, something like that. So weekly engulfing cell. So let's talk about this one first. Weekly engulfing cell. All right. So I'm just going to mark like half of it to make sure the chart doesn't look messy. So the price is getting to the zone. So what do we need to do? Okay, tell me, what do we need to do? Go daily, right? Go to daily and look for the confirmation direction. So look over here. We have this engulfing cell, right? Which is at 4th of May 2023. It shows us that, okay, the price is ready to go down. Okay, the price is ready to go down. Why? The price has already created an engulfing cell. Okay, so what do we need to do? Maybe you can just erase this daily cell and then start to focus on the cell setup. So look over here. We're gonna have like few cell setups. Okay, this one. Okay, look, this one. Right. This sell zone, the price moved from this sell zone, boom, went down for about 200 pips. What about the previous EG on daily? Which one? Oh, this one. This one. All right, so we can look on this one. Don't worry. The price created an engulfing cell. The price created an engulfing cell, and then okay, start to look for cell setup. So look over here. Okay, we can erase this. Actually, all right. So look over here. We have this engulfing field, but the price didn't touch it, right? Don't worry, okay? Don't worry about that because, okay, maybe let's look over here. Okay, this one actually, okay, wait. Let's see on the H4, on 8 cap. Maybe there's something inside it, right? Okay, engulfing cell on weekly. Okay, engulfing cell on weekly. The price get into the sell zone. Okay, before that, we just mark this weekly buy for our exit zone. So when the price get into the zone, so this will be the current market price that we need to focus on. So look at the daily. Okay, look at the daily. Okay, at first, right over here, if you can see, daily created this engulfing cell, right? Okay, but why? But why the price didn't just go down just like that? Okay, because the price has already touched the buy zone of weekly. And then look at this one. The price created this reaction again and went up again, get into the sell zone, and then the price created this, okay, this engulfing cell, showing us like, okay, the price is going to respect the zone. But talking about respecting the zone, the price is going to move, like I said, minimum 100 pips. Okay, minimum 100 pips. So about this one, okay, about this one, if you can see like the weekly to weekly zone is very, very close to each other, which is, it's very unclear. So what do you need to do? Okay, we are going to use the daily direction. Okay, that's why I'm going to teach you guys like two types of direction, right? But for now, we just like focus on this one first, because inside of this one, the price shows everything. Okay, the price shows everything, like why the price went down just like this, didn't respect this weekly, and so on. Is it okay? All right. All right. So look over here. Why why? Yes. All right. So when the price get into the sell zone, so look over here. The price created this engulfing cell at first, okay, showing us like this instrument is going down, which is respecting our sell zone of weekly, okay. But don't worry, after this, I'm going to show you guys how to get this buy entry with this daily direction and so on. But for now, let's just focus on the weekly direction. So look over here. The price went up, making a pullback, okay? But we can erase this one. Okay, you're gonna have like this sell zone, right? Okay, or maybe you want to mark this one also, okay, right? So the price from this sell zone, which is all of our sell zone on H4, after the price created the confirmation direction, it shows us that the price is going to respect the zone. And like I said, the price is going to move down or move up minimum 100 pips. Okay. But for now, we need to understand like this sell setup is our direction setup. So look over here. The price went down for about 200 pips, 250, 260 pips, something like that. So the question, like, how to enter on top of this one? Yeah, do it like, yeah, H4, M30, and then confirmation entry. And then look over here again. Okay. This sell zone, the price went down from here for about 300 pips, right? And then you're gonna have like, okay, look over here, you're gonna have like this EF, maybe this EF. Okay. Remember what I've said, no matter what happened, H4 and M30 is the key in this method, all right? No matter like, okay, your direction is selling, but still we can take a buy, all right? This one is our retracement setup. This one was our retracement setup. And at first, this one was our direction setup. But this direction setup has been broken and then create an engulfing field for buy. Okay, an engulfing field for buy. So look over here. The price is really, really, really close to each other. So if you can see this EG buy, and at the same time, we have this engulfing field. See, the zone is very, very close to each other. So for those who don't know about the direction, they're gonna see like, okay, the price is going up. Because why? Because this engulfing field for buy. But they don't even know like the main direction of the market. All right, the main direction of the market. So which is the main direction of the market at that time, it was for selling, which is, look over here. We can take a sell somewhere around here, and then the price went down, right? The price went down, boom, 140 pips. And then the price went up, get into the sell zone again, and then keep on trying to sell, keep on trying to sell. Why? Because we already know the direction where the price is really, really going. And that at the end of the day, this buy zone has been broken. Why? Yeah, because the direction was selling. So why do we need to focus on the buy, right? Yeah, we can take a buy like this. Somewhere around here, we can take a buy. But we need to prepare to exit on the sell zone, on the sell setup, right? Price went up and then went down, boom. And then another engulfing sell. And then the price respect this engulfing sell. Drop for about 200 again. And then we're gonna have like, sorry, we're gonna have like this engulfing cell setup, which is our direction setup again. And then the price going to respect it, and then went down for about, from here, 150 pips. And then again, right over here, this engulfing cell on H4 went down. Look how clean was that. Okay, you guys see it? Is there any question for now, guys? I'm looking for the first entry zone. The last you marked was an EF, no? Which one? This one. Yeah, also you can use this EF actually. Yeah, depends, because in marking zones, we need to be flexible, right? So there is no strong zone or weak zone, something like that. Okay. Is there any question for now for the weekly direction before we move to daily direction? It's hard to even find a fake out. It's amazing. Actually, you can't with the system. Yes, exactly. Because we are following the, what do we call it? The current market price, right? So we don't need to worry about, yeah, getting fake out or something like that. Okay. A little bit refreshment, like how I took a sell now. Okay. So this engulfing field, the price get into this engulfing field, and then we have this. Yeah, I use this first entry zones. Yeah, I use this first entry zone, and I took a sell on M5. Look over here, this M5, but no pullback actually. Or just a little bit pullback. Or maybe you can use M1. Yeah, this M1 EF, like sharp entry over there. with a decent risk and reward, so it's gonna be okay. All right. So for now, is there any question for weekly direction? Is everything clear? Yes, I thought totally ignore monthly. So we mark EG and wait for daily to create EG, refine to hit. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Like I say, daily is just for confirmation direction, right? So like right now, let's go to our notes again. Yeah, right. So let's continue with our, can you trade profitably without direction? Yes, yes, yes. Do we use fundamental for this strategy? No. Yeah, we can trade profitably without direction. Yeah, of course. Okay. Just ignore the zones that like the H4 is too close to each other, something like that. Right. Any more question? No, all right. So let's talk about, sorry. So let's talk about, did I send to you guys the notes already? Yeah, I did. All right. So, right. So let's talk about the daily direction. So daily direction. So the only time frame that we're going to look for the daily direction is just going to be, wait, daily direction. Time frame, daily, and H4. Okay, long short story, how to use daily direction is it the same like we use H4 and M30, which is when the price get into the zone. If this is M30, okay, if this is M30, and the price get into the zone, yeah, of course, we're going to refine the zone at the back, right? We're going to look at the zone at the back, right? Which is we're going to call it as our first entry, right? But if we talk about daily, when the price get into the zone and get into our H4 sell zone, this H4 sell zone, we are not going to call it as our first entry, but we're going to call it as our direction setup. And then if inside of this there is trade controls and so on, and then the price going to respect it and then create a new engulfing cell, something like that. Create new engulfing cell, something like that, and then another entry. And after the price create an EF, yeah, the price going to move down to our opposite zone, but depends on the candle closing and the opposite zone as well. All right, get it? Do you guys get it? Use it like we use H4 and M30. Okay. For now, is there any question before I go to the chart? Yeah, the same concept as first entry, but in H4. Yeah, exactly. No question? Really? You repeat again, please. No, we use daily direction like we use H4 and M30, which is when the price get into the zone. Yeah, we're going to refine the zone, which is this zone. We're going to call it as our direction setup. That's it. Right. But do not expect for the price to go down, respecting the direction setup on the daily direction to move minimum at least maybe 100 pips. Okay, maybe it's the price is going to move down, but maybe for about like 50 pips minimum, 60, 70 pips minimum. Okay. So if there is no question, I'm going to screenshot this one first, and then I'm going to send on the chat so you guys can download it on the chat. Right. So let's look. All right. Daily direction. Okay. This engulfing buy on daily. Or maybe you want to mark this one. Okay. Yeah, it depends on you. Not a problem. When the price get into the zone, yeah, of course, how to get this buy entry? How to get this buy entry? Okay, by using the H4 buy at the back, right? For of course, all right. And then we can take this buy first. And then after that, the price created this engulfing buy. Okay, which is, okay, we already know like, okay, the price is going to go up. The direction is already complete to go up. But we need to monitor on this H4 cell, which is our retracement setup. Okay. And then the price went up for about 120 pips. And then the price went down again for about 140 pips, 150 pips, something like that. Why? Because yeah, M30 things inside of this one, first entry and so on. Get into the buy zone again. Okay, so this will be like the question. If we want to enter right over here, do we need to use this easy buy or this easy buy at the back or maybe this easy buy? Okay, back to what I said, when we marking the zones, just mark any zones that you can mark, okay? But just just focus on the current market price, because what's matter is going to be the current market price itself. So look over here. The price created this EG buy, and then the price respected this EG buy using the M30 and so on. And then the price created this EF. So like I said, when the price created this engulfing fail, it shows us like the price is going to reverse until our next zone. So right over here, so look at the daily. Where was our opposite zone? This one, right? Right. So minimum, the price going to reverse. Minimum, the price going to reverse from here is going to be 500 pips. Right? Get it? So this is how it works. How do you catch the sharp entry outside? Yeah, first entry. Using the first entry. Using the first entry and the confirmation entry. There was an engulfing buy, or there was a confirmation entry on M1. Right over here. Okay. And then another one. All right. You guys get it? All right. So for now, then a question. No question, yeah? All right. If there is no question, wait. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Okay. You know, for direction setup, you say you refine on H4. Can you explain that again, please? That, yeah, which direction setup? Weekly. We're just going to refine on weekly direction. That's it. Because where you shoot the EG to EG, it was done. What is this? Do you consider it EG? Yeah. This one, EG. Because the price closed above the zone. Is there a rule for which daily first entry zone you draw? No rules. Okay? No rules. Flexible. Be flexible. But wait, daily direction setup. No, I didn't get your question actually. Mops, I didn't get your question actually. Write it again. Type it again. Can you please explain direction setup refinement on H4? Right. Okay, for an example, you have this daily sell. Okay, you have this daily sell. And then when the price get into this daily sell, of course, you're gonna have a lot of H4 at the back, right? Okay, you're gonna have like a lot of H4 at the back. So for an example, the first H4, the price doesn't create anything inside of it. So when the price get into the sell zone of H4, so this zone, we're going to call it as our direction setup. Okay, we're just going to call it as our direction setup. Because why? Because this sell setup is currently inside the direction of daily. So when the price created like all the things like M30 respecting first entry and so on, and the price going to go down. And then after 4 hours, what will happen? The price going to create an engulfing cell like this, and then make a pullback. Then yeah, start to go down like this. Is there any problem with this? Right. So is there any more question that you guys want to ask? No. All right. If there is no question, so what I'm going to do right now, we're just going to go to the next topic, which is it's going to be about the common mistake. All right. So this gonna answer you guys' question like when to use H1, when to use H1, and when to use H1. So for now, okay, for an example, you have this sell zone on M30, and then you have this buy zone on M30, okay? This sell zone and this buy zone on M30. When the price get into the M30 zone, what do you need to do? Look for the confirmation entry, right? So for an example, the price created an engulfing field like this, created this engulfing field like this, okay? M5 engulfing field, showing us like this was our low risk confirmation entry. And then the price makes a pullback, right? The price makes a pullback like this. Boom. Okay, and then you guys will enter right over here, right? And then expecting for the price to go down, right? Maybe sometimes, okay, the price can just like break the zone. Boom, like this. Why? Maybe because you have the zone that's so close to each other like this. Okay, you have the zone that too close to each other like this. Maybe, okay, because we never know where the price going to create the momentum, right? Maybe when the price get into the buy zone, the price created like M1EF somewhere around here, and then the price just break through it. Get it? The price just break through it. And another scenario, okay, another scenario, you have like these M30 zones to M30 zones very, very far away, but the price still break your low risk confirmation entry. Why? This one, maybe because of you have a buy zone on H1, something like that. Like a big buy zone on H1, something like that. Get it? So the question is going to be like, okay, when the price get into the buy zone on buy zone of H1, can we take a buy? So the answer is going to be no. Why? Because it's out of our game plan. Okay, it's out of our game plan. So maybe we're gonna miss like 100 pips, 200 pips, something like that. Okay, but don't worry about that because we still following our game plan, right? So whenever the price touch the opposite zone, our confirmation entry inside of this zone gonna be invalid. Get it? So what do you need to do? When the price get into the buy zone, okay, when the price get into the buy zone like this, you need to wait for a new one. Maybe M5 EG sell, and then we sell and the price is going to go down. Right? Is that any question? Is there any question? So we should always monitor on H1. Just mark the H1 to make sure that we didn't do this kind of mistake. What's our SL? So the SL is need, yeah, talking about the SL, I told you guys in our previous session, which is we need to be flexible with our SL, right? So maybe if you have like 5 pips of your buy zone of 5 pips, and then why do you need like 30 pips of SL, right? So yeah, simple math, right? We need to be flexible with our SL. So for now, any question? Okay. So maybe you're gonna say like, okay, sometimes you're gonna see like inside of the chart, the M30 zone is too close to each other. Okay. So is that you guys cannot trading at that time? No, because why? So because that's why we need another topic in our next session, which is going to be about the volume. This H1 thing was just to understand our losses, right? Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Okay. Right. So now everyone already understand about direction and the common mistake. 170 pips. What the fuck? Yes. So if everyone already understand about everything, so I'm going to end this session over here. So make sure you guys claim the video from me after this. Wait. Is there no more common mistake? That's it. All right. For the technical analysis part. So wait, don't leave yet. Okay, I'm going to take the picture first. So only these guys can claim the video from me, right? The next topic going to be about the volume, about the news, how to trade the news, and about the planning, right? No, we're not going to go to the chart, okay? We're not going to go to the chart in our next topic, right? I'm just going to explain fundamentally, all right? About holding, okay, I answered all the question about holding, right? Just follow the direction set up so and you can hold your trades. Yeah, exactly. So if there is no more questions, so I'm ending the session right over here. So make sure to claim this video from me. And again, and I said, please don't leak this video. Thank you very much for joining. Right? Bye bye.